In many ways, people are just they feel this loss of meaning, and what people have called like the meaning crisis, that we're dealing with. And so in the midst of this kind of meaning crisis, I think people want there to be one very easy solution to it. They would like there to be one thing, one group I can join, one thing I can do that would, I'll do this here, and then that's going to like resolve all these issues that I have. It's going to resolve all of my personal issues, and it's going to resolve all the social issues. People are also looking for one answer in terms of the broader social collapse that we're seeing in the West. And so, like, I know Rome presents this very easy narrative, which not all Roman Catholics, but at least those who are very vocal online. A very simplistic narrative which says, well, look at all the mess that happened in the modern world. Well, people didn't believe those things in the Middle Ages when we had a pope, and that everybody submitted to. So therefore, the problem is that we have not submitted to the pope, and Martin Luther caused every evil in the world. And so what it does is it creates a clear enemy and a clear solution, in a very simplistic way. And it kind of wraps everything up in a neat little package. Here's the problem. Here's the answer. The East does this by just saying, well, the problem is the Western world in general, and the filioque somehow, which is somehow connected to absolutely everything. But they kind of often grab onto this as, well, that's the reason why the Western world is collapsing. So again, it's an easy answer. Maybe the problem is the West. I need to go East. And so that, I think, drives people to this idea that the church is going to resolve everything. More and more, I'm seeing stories of people who, 5, 6, 7 years ago joined one of these traditions, and now they're leaving. That's because I think they have in their head this idealized view of what the church is. And then they get into the church in reality, and it's wherever they go, it's just as messy as wherever they came from. But that's because that's part of the fallen nature. It's you're not going to find a perfect church, and you're not going to find a church that values its traditions and its theology and the best of its heritage in the way that it should. And I hear that from everybody. It's like they see this vision of things on the internet or in books they read, because they're learning about the best of the tradition, and then they get into the parish, and if they're not, they're in a select few certain places or congregations, they don't see it. But in the majority of places, they get into a parish, and then they're like, "But this isn't what I signed up for," because it's not going to be the ideal. But that's just life.